Hey everyone, thanks for joining again for another Haley Wanders Yoga practice. So finding a nice comfortable seat on your mat, if you're using a block or a cushion, just to elevate the sit bones. We'll be here for a couple moments as we start our practice with a bit of pranayama or breath work. So allowing the eyes to gently drift closed. And then just taking a few moments as you start to arrive within your space, within your body. Beginning to notice the gentle rise and fall of the belly and the chest with each new breath. Good. With every breath, inviting yourself a little bit deeper inside. And just beginning to watch, to become an observer within, so that there is no attachment, no labels, no critiques of anything that it is showing up for you today. But just simply watching with this deep awareness, deep reverence, this incredible body of yours. And how rare it is that we really take time to just pause in our daily lives, to witness the absolute magic that is woven into every moment. And so as we begin our practice today, we're going to start to invite a pause at the very top of our inhale and the very bottom of our exhale. So it's called a kumbhaka. And so allowing that full breath to empty out. Empty the lungs completely. And then taking a deep breath in through the nose. Breathe into the belly first, and then into the rib cage. Breathing right up into the heart space. And then at the top of that breath, hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale from the chest, from the rib cage, from the belly. Empty that breath completely and then hold and feel the emptiness. Good. Create that vacuum from which to draw in that next new breath. Breathing in for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Begin again. I'm just starting to breathe to your own count, your own rhythms. If you want to increase that inhale and exhale, but making sure to find that pause. Equal lengths at both the top and the bottom of the breath. And in that pause, in that stillness, when even the breath has become suspended, see how much you can notice. So in yoga, one of the niyamas, or these moral codes that we live by, is called svadhyaya, or self-study. And so it's really that ability to take time to get to know ourselves. And beginning here with the breath, and taking time to just be in the company of your own breath as you start your practice. So let's take 2 more. Breathing in nice and deep. And perhaps at the very top of that breath, when you feel like you've filled the lungs completely, see if you can sip in a little bit more air. Find more fullness, more expansion, and then hold. And in that hold, in that kumbhaka, see how much you can notice. Is there a sense of fullness in the body? Is there a place where the breath resides? And then release that breath nice and slow. Empty it completely. Let it slowly dissolve down the body. And when you think you've let go of all the air, can you contract through the belly to push out a little bit more? Hold that breath at the bottom. And see what you notice in that stillness. What can we learn about ourselves in these moments of quiet, in these moments in between the movement? Good. Last round, your breath. Keep the eyes closed, float the palms in towards the heart space. And taking Anjali Mudra as we bow the head down in reverence of the heart, we set our intention for our practice today. And so as you sink deeper into yourselves, what word or phrase, what energy comes through that you want to invite in? Allowing this intention to be brought into every breath, into every movement, every placement of a finger, a toe, every turn of the head. can we bring that intention into every moment of our lives to live with deep awareness? Good. And then breathing in, offering that intention up towards the sky. Raising fingertips up overhead, nice deep breath in. Exhale as we circle the hands down alongside the body. Good. Releasing the palms down in front and then removing that block or bolster from beneath the body. We'll come into our tabletop, wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And just closing down your eyes, beginning to move through cat-cow as you inhale, the belly drops. We feel that slow opening of the chest. Hold the breath at the top. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, let the heart reach forwards. Exhale, belly draws in towards the spine, nice and slow. And press that breath away as you tuck the chin, the tailbone, and then pause, hold that breath out. Find a little more space through the back of the body as you push your hands into the earth. And breathing in, belly drops. Slow breath in for 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, inhale, belly drops. Yeah, nice and slow, just moving that breath all the way up into the heart space as we come through our cow pose. Hold. Feel that contraction through the back line of the body as we lift the chin a little bit higher, tailbone lifting. Exhale, slow breath out. Belly hugs towards the spine, shoulders are squeezing up towards the ears. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1. Release, come back into a neutral spine. And take a breath in as we lift that right leg up towards the sky. And flex the foot to point down towards the earth. Push through the palms, hug the belly towards the spine. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen through the right heel, crown of the head reaching forwards. Exhale, right knee hugs in towards the nose. Actively push the earth away. Try to lift that knee a little bit higher. Inhale, right leg drops back. Exhale, squeeze the knee in tight as you can. Inhale, right leg back. Good. As we squeeze that right knee in towards the chest, ground down into your right palm. Lift that left hand to hover for a moment. So the hand is hovering just off our mat and trying to find that point of balance as we dig into the right fingertips. Left hand comes to catch the right knee. Squeeze it in towards the chest a little bit more. Good. Now reaching that left hand towards the outside blade of the right foot. Catch the outside of the foot, kick that foot through towards the top of your mat. Keep pressing into the right palm, seeing if we can lift that heel up away from the earth. Good, hold for 3. Each time you breathe in, maybe that leg lifts a little bit higher. 2, 1, gently release the right heel down onto the earth. Left palm comes to frame the leg. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forwards. Exhale as you bow down over the right leg, elbows squeezing in towards the body, heart reaching forwards. And just pause here. With each exhale, folding a little deeper over that right leg, the right heel is pressing into the earth. Feel like you're trying to drag it back towards the body and feel that deep stretch through the right hamstring, the right calf, as the right toes pull back towards you. Take one more breath. Good. Breathing in, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the right foot down onto your mat. Start to bend into the right knee, lift the hands towards the sky. Find your low lunge. And squeezing the inner thighs together, reaching up through the fingertips. Find a drishti point in front of you to focus towards. And then deep breath out as you sink into your right knee. And you can allow that knee to come past the ankle. So trying to get a deep stretch through that left hip flexor. So really pressing it forwards and down. Good. Take one more full breath in. Let that breath travel right up into the fingertips. Exhale, slowly release. Palms come down towards the earth. Lengthen through the right leg once again. Right toes peel back. Hands create these tents through the fingertips, and as we push into the palms, try to lengthen the arms as much as possible until that right heel just lifts off. Good, hold, squeezing the heel up away from your mat. bend into the knee, land that right knee softly beside the left. See if we can do it without dragging across our mat. And give the hips a little shake from side to side. Ground the palms back down onto your mat. Take an inhale, left leg lengthens straight back behind the body. Flex through the toes, press through the heel, crown of the head is reaching forwards. And try to make the arms as long as possible. Exhale, left knee hugs in towards the chest. Keep pressing into the earth. Arms are getting longer, knee hugs in tight. Inhale, lengthen back. Good. Exhale as you hug that left knee in towards the chest. As the left knee squeezes in nice and tight, ground down into your left palm. Shift your weight to that left palm, dig into the fingertips. See if you can hover that right hand without shifting our weight over to that side. So if you feel the body kind of hovering over, draw your weight back into that right knee. See if you can keep the body stacked in one line. And then right hand catches the left knee. Squeeze it in tight as you can, push through that left arm. Hand grabs the outer blade of the foot, left leg lengthens straight out in front of the body. And see if we can hover that left heel. As you pull the toes back towards the body, keep driving the heel forwards. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, gently release. Left heel comes down onto our mat, right palm comes to frame the leg. Halfway lift, breath in. And then as we fold, the heart is reaching towards the big toes, finding as much length through the back body. Actively press your left heel into the earth. Imagine you're dragging the left heel back towards you. And we feel those opposing forces. So as the left heel pulls back, the heart is reaching towards the toes. Good. Falling a little deeper beneath each exhale. Maybe close the eyes and just see what you notice. Inhale, halfway lift. Ground down into the left foot and bend into the left knee. Lift the hands towards the sky. Good. Sinking deep into that left knee now. So if the knee comes past the ankle, that's okay. Just allow that right thigh bone to track forwards and down. Deep stretch through the hip flexor. And then as we squeeze the inner thighs together, feel that activation through the belly. Reach a little more through the fingertips. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Good. Float the palms to frame that left foot. Rebend into your right knee, left leg lengthens, Ardha Hanuman. Tent through the fingertips, press through the fingertips until the arms lengthen so much that that left heel lifts off. Squeeze the toes back towards the body. Hold here, one more breath. Good, and we see if we can bend into the knee without dragging the foot. Don't worry if it does. Left knee comes down beside the right. Coming back through our tabletop position, plant the palms. Take the knees nice and wide. This time, big toes touch. We drop the hips back towards the heels. Allowing the forehead to come to rest and find softness through the elbows here in this first child's pose. And just giving yourself a moment to really land. So to already begin to absorb whatever it is that you're experiencing, that you're feeling in your practice. And if it feels good, you can invite a little movement into that child's pose, a little sway of the hips from side to side. Perhaps you're reaching the arms alongside the body. Just notice where your body wants to take you. Inviting svadhyaya, self-study, into our practice. Really learning to listen to the language of this body, the way it speaks to us through sensation. If the hands are back, reach the arms back out in front of the body. Take an inhale, slow rise up into your tabletop position. And tuck the toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Begin to pedal out through the feet, just lowering one heel and then the next down onto your mat. Finding a gentle sway in the hips from side to side. Come through stillness, fingers spread nice and wide onto your mat and really press the earth away as the arms grow long. And sit bones lengthening towards the sky. Energy of the heels presses towards the earth. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Take a deep breath into the space. Exhale, feel yourself land. Good. Notice all the sensations of that breath. Breathing in, right leg extends to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps to the outside of the right palm. Drop your left knee to the earth. Walk the hands a little bit further forwards in front of the body. Come onto tense through the fingertips. Good. Take a breath in, and as you press into the fingertips, let the heart reach forwards. Exhale, as you sink down into that left leg, start to walk the hands out to the side. So start to find your edge. Maybe creeping the fingertips out. Chest begins to lower. Find your edge and then hold. Take 3 breaths here just to pause, to really marinate in that space. I'm feeling a deep stretch through the front of our left hip flexor and the inside of that right groin. And if you feel quite an intense stretch, imagine that your breath is breathing into that space, bringing softness. Start to walk the palms back in towards the body. Ground the hands in line with the foot, tuck the back toes, lift off through the back leg, pressing into the palms, and we'll start to float the right foot off our mat, right knee hugging in towards the armpit. Squeeze it in tight as you can. Keep pressing down into the palms, trying to wrap the shoulder blades around the outside of the back. Slow motion, right leg lengthens back behind the body. Right foot lands beside the left. Weight rolls to the outer blade of the left foot, right hand to the sky, Vashisthasana. Trying to lift the hips as high as you can. Squeezing, cinching through that left side body. Take a nice deep breath in, press through the left palm. Oh, quite wobbly today. Exhale, release that right palm down onto your mat. Good, big breath in at the top. Exhale, knees to the earth, elbows hug the body, we lower all the way down. And breathing in, baby cobra, chest feels up. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. And breathing in, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step that left foot to the outside of the left palm. Right knee dropping down onto the earth. And then walk the hands a little bit further forwards. Come right up onto the fingertips, press through the hands, heart reaching forwards. And feel all that spaciousness through the front line of the body. As we breathe out, hands start to walk out to the side. So that left arm is coming in front of the left shin. We're walking the hands out, finding our edge, kind of creeping the fingers like spiders out to the side. Chest begins to melt towards the earth. And then pause. Find your edge, settle there for 3 deep breaths. Perhaps you notice if one side feels a little different than the other as we start to walk the palms back in towards the body. Hands come in line with the foot. Press through the palms, tuck the back toes, lift off through the back leg. Left toes lift off, left knee squeezes in towards the armpit. So it's like we're in that kind of side tiger curl. Holding here, pushing the earth away. Deep breath in. Exhale for 3. Left leg starts to lengthen back. 2, 1. Left foot lands beside the right, weight rolls to the right foot. Left hand extending towards the sky, find your side plank. Good. Squeezing those right low ribs towards the hip points. You're trying to cinch the right side body. Find more space through the left side as that hip lifts nice and high. Good. Big breath in, left fingertips try to touch the sky. Exhale, release, palm comes down towards the earth. Good. This time, option to keep the legs lifted or lower the knees towards the earth. Breath in at the top. Exhale to lower. Untuck the toes, baby cobra or full cobra, lifting a little bit higher. And make your way back, downward facing dog. Gazing between the palms, take a little bend in the knees and step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in. And let it go as you fold. Sweeping the fingertips up towards the sky, grow nice and long through the spine. And then draw that breath down in towards the heart space. Hands land beside the body, we find Tadasana. It's finding that strong mountain pose. I invite you to close down the eyes here. Just settle back into your breath. Come back to the intention that you set at the start of your practice, that energy that you want to breathe to life within you. Recognize that our words have power. They have a frequency, a resonance, so start to feel them within your body. Perhaps you're taking that intention and creating an affirmation around it, an I am statement. Notice how those words feel within you, how we speak to ourselves, how we see ourselves, the power that holds within our minds. All of this is svadhyaya, self-study. As we flutter the eyes open, breathing in, hands to the sky. Exhale, softly folding down over the legs. Halfway lift, breath in. Plant the palms, make your way back, moving through our vinyasa. So option legs lifted or bring those knees down to the earth. Lowering down and then moving through your back bend, deep breath in. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Good, breathing in, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot through the palms and gaze forwards. Exhale, left foot steps forwards to meet the right, folding over. Halfway lift, breath in. And let it go as you fold. Sweep the palms towards the sky. Feel that breath climbing all the way up through to the fingertips. Straight away, fold down over the legs. And starting to build a little bit of heat in the body. Halfway lift, heart charges forwards. Plant the palms, step back, high plank. Big breath in at the top, push the earth away, arms grow long. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows hug the body. Good, breathing in, upward dog or baby cobra, find your back bend. Send it back, downward facing dog. Engage the core to help lift the hips. Take an inhale, left leg to the sky. Left foot steps between the palms, gaze forwards. Good, inhale, rise up onto the fingertips. Step right foot to meet the left, fall down over the legs. Halfway lift, palms to shins. Big sigh out, let it go. Sweep the hands up towards the sky, grow nice and long through the spine. And then slow motion. Close down the eyes as you drag the hands in towards the heart space. Eventually landing the arms beside the body, we find Tadasana. And giving yourself a moment here to land, just to come back to that breath. So if it's already grown shallow or rapid, just bringing length and depth back to each breath. Watch the places that it draws into in the body. So if you have the eyes closed, just fluttering the eyes open now. And find a point on the wall in front of you to focus on. So really think about the legs here. Really press down through all four corners of the feet and feel the knees lifting, the quads engaged. Strong Tadasana leg through our left leg. We start to hug the right knee in towards the chest. Good. Squeeze that knee in tight as you can, and then peace fingers wrap around the big toe, or if you're using a strap, you can take a strap around the foot. Extend that right leg straight out in front of the body. Left hand comes onto the hip. Work that right shoulder back in line with the left. Collarbones facing straight forwards, nice and broad. Good. With each breath in, the crown of the head is lifting a little bit taller. Exhale as we maybe start to bend into the right elbow, pull those right toes towards the body. Deep breath in, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, draw that leg a little bit higher. One more here. And then begin to bow down over this right leg. Good. So you're squeezing the belly towards the thigh. Finding that point of balance, keeping our weight, pressing through the left big toe. Inhale to rise up through the chest, keep hold of the foot. Exhale to open, right leg swings out to the side. And now you bring your left hand to reach out beside the body. And for an added challenge, take your gaze across that left palm. Shift your drishti point to focus on that single point. Feeling all those little micro adjustments through the ankle and the leg. And keeping us back to equilibrium as we draw that right leg in towards the body. Good. This time, both hands catch the outer edges of the feet. Take one deep breath in, lift that leg a little bit higher. Exhale, rebend into the knee. Extend the leg back behind the body, arms come alongside, fingertips reaching back. Good. Point through your right toe now, so the toes are pressing back, crown of the head reaching forwards. Gather the palms in towards the heart space, take Anjali Mudra. Good. Tiny bend through that left knee. We start to dive down over the left leg. Good. And take your time, really test your edge before you bring those hands towards the earth. Driving up through that right heel, eventually hands lower to the earth. Drive that right leg to the sky, take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw heart towards the left big toe. Each breath in, right toes reach, extending towards the sky. And then sinking a little bit deeper through the chest. Either keep the hands here or wrap that left forearm around the back of the calf. Use this leverage to keep pulling the heart space down towards the earth. Right leg extending straight up towards the sky. We're here, one more breath. Release the hand if you have it. Start to bend into the left knee. Take as much time as possible, lowering those right toes to the very back of your mat. Good. Inhale, we rise, come up through our high lunge. Exhale, sink a little deeper through that left knee. Good. Driving back through the right heel. Now take a slight bend in the right knee. Scoop the tailbone in underneath you. Think about neutral pelvis. Without compromising that shape, begin to extend through the right leg. Good. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Now I invite you to close down the eyes here in your high lunge. And just begin to notice where you feel this the deepest. Get curious about this body of yours. Allow the breath to fill the entire shape. So on every inhale, more expansion, more reach through the fingertips. And then sinking, finding depth with that exhale. Good. Big breath in, hands to the sky. Circle the palms down towards the earth. Begin to bend into your right knee, left leg lengthen. So that right knee is hovering off our mat. Left toes peel back towards the body. You can walk the hands to stay in line with the shoulders. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, as you fold forwards, belly hugs towards the thigh, chest reaching towards the toes. Good, press that right heel into the earth. Feel like left heel into the earth. Feel like you're trying to drag it back towards the body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, start to pulse into this right knee for 3, 2, 1. Right knee lowers all the way down onto our mat. Untuck through the toes, sit back onto the heel. Begin to fold straight down over that left leg. Left toes reaching back towards the body, and you might catch the foot outside of the foot with the hand. Just allowing the body to fold straight forwards. Breathing in, halfway lift. Replant the palms to the outside of that left heel. Drive up out of the right shin, left foot lowers down. Rise up through your low lunge, take the hands to the sky. Exhale, sinking down. Release the palms down towards the earth. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Push through the palms. This time, left knee is hugging straight in towards the chest, tiger curl. Squeeze it in tight as you can. You're on the very tiptoe of that right foot. Now try to keep this knee hovering as we roll to the outer blade of the right foot. Left hand extends to the sky, variation of our side plank pose. Maybe foot lands to the top of the thigh, or option left leg extends straight up. Finding that balance, pushing out of the right palm, trying to cinch the right side body. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, gaze towards the right palm. Now start to roll onto the right big toe. See if you can keep that leg hovering. Slow motion. We step that left foot to the top of our mat, trying to resist that drop. And once more, coming through our lizard pose, hands inside the foot. If you need to heel toe that left foot out to the side just a little. Big breath in at the top. Walk the hands out in front of the body, come up onto the fingertips. Begin to walk the hands out to the side as you melt the heart space, second round. And this time, perhaps rolling that left foot out to the side. So we're coming to the outer blade of the foot. Left knee winging off to the side as the chest melts towards the earth. Walk the palms back in towards the body, left knee squeezing in towards us. Good. Plant through the palms, tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift through the back leg. Step right foot forwards to meet the left. We land in our Hanumanasana squat. Dropping the hips down towards the earth, palms come in towards the heart space. And then press into the palms, use the elbows to drive the legs apart, chest lifting. Close down your eyes and just take a moment to receive. And feel the beating of your heart, and perhaps invite that little pause at the top of the breath in and to the bottom of that breath out. Flutter open the eyes, release the palms to the earth. As you extend the legs, heel toe the feet back hip width apart, folding over. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, let it go as you fold. Sweep the palms up towards the sky, growing long through the spine. Gazing up towards that thumbs, try to pull the fingertips. Use this to stretch out the body. Slow motion, exhale as the palms draw in towards the heart space. And just let yourself soften into that Tadasana, arms coming down alongside the body. And just taking a moment to close down the eyes and just to feel. Notice what you feel from the left to the right side. Where you feel perhaps a fatigue in the body, where you feel an energizing. Remembering that there is no right or wrong, good or bad, everything just is. Good. Flutter open the eyes, find that drishti point to focus on. When we take our weight into our right foot now, strong Tadasana leg, root through all four corners of the foot. Engage through the quad as that left knee hugs in towards the chest. Good. Using your strap or taking left fingertips around the toe, extend left leg straight out in front of the body, right hand to hip. We're trying to keep pelvis neutral, so if that left hip is really rolling up, draw it in line with the right. Collarbones stay in line with each breath in, stretch a little more through the crown of the head. Exhale, left toes reach to the sky. 2 more breaths. Hold a big breath in. Exhale, slow motion folding forwards. Good. Hugging the belly towards the thigh, trying to keep ourselves pressing into that right big toe. Take an inhale to rise. Left leg lengthens out to the side. Option, right hand extends straight out beside the body. And maybe you take your gaze across that right palm. Take it slow. Really shift that drishti point along the line of the wall. Good. Keep hugging that right hip back in towards the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, gather that leg back in towards the center. Good. Right hand's gonna catch outside of the foot. Left hand comes to the opposite side. Big breath in. See if we can lift that leg a little bit higher. Exhale, draw the foot in towards the chest. Lengthen the legs straight back behind us, arms alongside the body. Warrior 3. Point through the toe. Draw the palms in towards the heart space. Take Anjali Mudra. Big breath in and drive out of that right big toe. Find a little more length. Soft bend into the right knee. Begin to dive forwards. Take your time. Really start to explore your edge, resisting the earth for as long as possible. And then eventually releasing the hands down towards the earth. Take a breath in, drive through the left heel. Exhale, heart space pulls towards the right big toe. Stay here or wrap the right forearm around the back of the calf. Start to pull heart space down towards the earth. As those left toes keep reaching towards the sky, feel the little micro adjustments in the ankle. Bear witness to everything that's unfolding in your body at this moment. Good. Release the leg, soft bend to the right knee. The left toes are trying to reach as far back as possible. Good. Slow motion, left foot lands. Inhale, hands to the sky. Take a deep bend into that right knee, sinking down. And then a little bend through the left knee. Scoop the tailbone in underneath you. Keep that integrity through the pelvis as we re-lengthen the back leg. Good. Deep breath in. Sinking down. And that invitation to close down your eyes. So often when we close our eyes to one world, we really open ourselves more. It's like cutting off one sense. Everything else becomes heightened. Can we listen to that language of our body, the sensations that are flooding in? Flutter open the eyes, circle the palms down towards the earth. Bend into the left knee, right leg lengthens. So our left knee is floating. Right toes are pulled back towards the body, and readjust the hands to be in line with the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. We're lengthening the back, so flat back, heart reaches forwards. And then keep that length as you fold. Right heel pressing into the earth. Imagine like you're trying to drag it back towards the body. So you feel like the inner thighs are trying to draw towards one another. Keep sinking lower beneath each breath. Breathing in, halfway lift. Exhale, release that left knee all the way down to the earth. Untuck the toes, sit your hips back onto the heel, and then folding straight down over that right leg. And finding those little micro adjustments beneath each breath. So as we inhale, finding length. And then softening beneath that breath out. Halfway lift, breath in. Plant the palms in line with the heel. Shift your weight forwards, plant the right foot. Rise, low lunge, take the hands to the sky. And sinking down. Circle the palms towards the earth, tuck the back toes. As we lift off through the back leg, we're hugging right knee in towards the chest, tiger curl. So the right heel squeezes in towards the bum, push the earth away. Good. Weight shifts to the outside of the left foot, coming through our side plank variations. We're either finding tree or extending that right leg straight up towards the sky. Point through the toe, push through that left palm, and see if we can lift the hips a little bit higher. Gaze towards your left hand. Good. Slow motion, resist the earth as long as possible. Right foot steps to the top of our mat. Left knee lowers down. We return to our low lizard pose. So hands inside that right foot. Walk the hands a little bit further forwards. Find those tents through the fingertips. Breath in as we lift through the heart space, and then walking the hands out to the side. So finding your edge once again, and then pausing to find stillness. So you might wing as long as it feels okay. So either keep that foot grounded or roll to the outer blade of the right foot, right knee winging out to the side. We allow the chest to melt down towards the earth. With control, hands walking back in towards the body. Plant the palms in line with the foot, tuck the back toes, lift through the back leg. Big breath in. Exhale, left foot steps forwards, Hanumanasana squat. Sinking down through the hips and then pressing into the inner thighs as the heart lifts. Closing down your eyes. Letting the breath soften you. Release the palms down towards the earth. As we lengthen the legs, heel toe the feet back hip width apart, folding over. And halfway lift, breath in. Big sigh out, let it go. Circle the palms up towards the sky, grow nice and long. And slowly release that breath, completely letting go. And as we land in our Tadasana, the arms come down alongside the body. I'm feeling all of that strength. As the core is engaged, and tailbone tucking slightly underneath. And feel the shoulders softening down the back as the crown of the head lifts. Allow yourself to fully experience each breath as it draws in and out through the nose. To fully witness this moment. And breathing in, hands to the sky. And folding down, draping the body over the legs. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, step straight back, downward facing dog. And spread the fingers nice and wide onto your mat. We take an inhale, right leg to the sky. Step that right foot through the palms. Rise onto the fingertips. Gaze to where the ball of your left foot is. Place the heel there, toes turn out at 45. So setting up for warrior one, deep bend through the right knee. Rise with the breath, take the hands to the sky. Good. Now start to hug that right hip back in towards the body as the left hip is drawing forwards. Push through the outer blade of your left foot. We should feel this almost like inward spiral through that back leg. Go ahead and keep sinking deeper beneath each breath, finding that drishti point to focus on. You might close down the eyes. Again, incorporating those little pauses into our practice. So moving nice and slow in order to feel the full experience. We take a breath in, both legs lengthen. Circle the hands back behind the body. Option to grab opposite elbows or find reverse prayer behind the back if that feels okay. Breath in as we lift through the heart space. And then folding over. Trying to squeeze the inner thighs together. It's like a scissoring action through the legs. Keep pressing through that right big toe. And if you hyperextend through the legs, just take a micro bend through your right knee. With each breath in, we're finding length, heart reaching forwards. Exhale to fold. Take one more breath, just resisting the earth. And then release the palms down to frame that right foot. Maybe you allow the body to soften just that little bit further. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend into your right knee, come onto the ball of the left foot. Bring the hands in towards the heart space, Anjali Mudra. And we begin to shift up into warrior two. So press through the right leg, left leg lifts back behind us. Take a breath in here. Exhale, stand tall, carry left knee in towards the chest. Now option, grab hold of the foot with the hand or take your strap around the foot and extend that leg straight out in front of the body. Take it up as high as you can. So now gaze at where your foot is, taking that leg right up to its very top edge. As we release, can we hold the foot there? Hands come alongside the body, and we're going to take 3 little pulses. For 3, 2, 1. Knee draws in towards the chest, dive forward, standing split. Extend that left leg straight back behind the body. Point through the toe, drive up through the toes. Option, 1 forearm wraps around the back of the leg, or maybe both hands come back behind that leg. Just challenging your balance here. And don't worry if you fall out or land the hands back down. Noticing that we learn just as much in failure, if not more in failure, than we do when we succeed. So as you play around with that lifting of the hands, and testing of our balance, notice the dialogue that's playing out in the mind. Good, one more breath wherever you're at. Release the palms, slow motion, lowering that left leg back behind the body. Good, drop your left knee to the earth. Take an inhale to rise, low lunge. Exhale, circle the palms down towards the earth. Ardha Hanuman as our right leg lengthens. Now, if the hips are sinking back behind the knee, shimmy that right foot a little bit further forwards. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, begin to fold. And watch as we move through this practice, as we come through similar actions in the body, how our depth starts to come a little bit more each time. Breathe it in, halfway lift. Plant the right foot down onto your mat. Now you're in this overextended lunge. The ankle is past the knee, so further forwards. Tuck the back toes in underneath you. Option to keep the hands down for support or bring the hands up towards the sky. And we're gonna keep the hips super low, just the back leg lifts off. So just that back knee lifts off, nothing else changes. And even in that overextended stretch, keep pressing the front of your left thigh bone towards the earth. Good, hold here for 3. Find that breath, find the stability. 2. 1, lower that left knee back down onto the earth. Hands come to frame the right leg. And then untuck through the back toes. Transfer through our half split, right leg lengthens straight out in front of the body. Good, so coming through that full Hanumanasana. Legs lengthening out. Hands either side, press through the fingertips as you lift up through the heart space. Exhale to allow the hips to melt down. Good. And then I invite you to close the eyes. Find your edge, and we're going to stay here for 10 full breaths. So those 10 breaths might feel like an eternity here. I invite you to try to find stillness. So to resist the urge to keep fidgeting or pressing away. Just to find that point, that edge we can meet where the breath still flows freely. The body can start to soften, to unwind. Beautiful, about halfway there. If this feels really good for you, option to fold down over the right leg. And we're here for another 5 breaths. And keep thinking about your right hip drawing back towards the body, the left hip pulling you forwards, trying to keep that neutral pelvis. Yeah, take your last round of breath here. We start to walk the palms back in towards the body. Plant the palms. And then as you press through the hands, start to drag that right heel back in towards the body. Good. Rebend into your right knee. Plant your left palm, tuck the back toes. Good. Now option here to come through side plank like we did before, or second option, right fingertips wrap around the big toe. Press through that left palm, lift the back leg, hug belly towards the spine, and as we shift onto the outer blade of the left foot, right leg spirals up towards the sky, Vashisthasana. Good. Keep pushing through that left palm, try to lift the hips high as you can. Good. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release the foot, try to keep it there. Good. Oh, I'm super wobbly today. Bend the knee, land the foot back behind the leg. Take a breath in to open the front body. Exhale, release, palm to the earth. Moving through your vinyasa. Inhale to find your back bend. And send it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step that left foot between the palms. Rise with the breath, high lunge. Take the hands up overhead. Nope. Take an inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step that left foot between the palms. Rise up onto the fingertips. Then gaze where the ball of your right foot is. Plant the heel there. Turn the toes out 45. Rise with the breath. Take the hands up overhead. Virabhadrasana 1. So as we sink down into that left knee, we feel the hips rotating towards the top of our mat. Push through the outer blade of that right foot. Nice deep breath in. Maybe close down the eyes. Good. And just get curious about your body. So all these little micro adjustments, the squaring off of the hips, that inward spiral, that energy through the back leg, neutral pelvis. Sink a little deeper through your left knee. Breath in, both legs lengthen. Circle the hands back behind the body. So we're either grabbing opposite elbows or reverse prayer behind the back. So like Anjali Mudra behind our back. Oh, take an inhale, lift up through the heart. Begin to bow forwards, folding straight down over that left leg. Left hip drawing back, right hip pressing forwards. And just allowing gravity to pull you down. One more breath here. And release. Palms come down to frame the foot. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper. And breathe it in, halfway lift. Rise onto the ball of the right foot. And begin to draw the palms in towards the heart space. Anjali Mudra. Deep bend in that left knee. Right leg lifts off. Resist the earth. Slowly rise up. Warrior 3. Take a deep breath in. Press through the crown of the head. Exhale. Right knee squeezes in towards the chest. Catch the foot with fingertips or your strap. Lift that right leg straight out in front of the body. Bring it as high as you can. Keep reaching the heart forwards. Gaze to where the big toe is. See exactly where it is in space. As you release your strap, your foot, can you hold it there? Little pulses for 3, 2, 1. Rebend the knee. Dive down over the leg. Standing split. Extending our right leg straight up towards the sky. So working with balance here. Might wrap one forearm around the back of the leg. And then maybe playing with wrapping that opposite forearm behind the leg. So find that one point to focus on. Feel the little adjustments. Begin to squeeze the heart space down towards the big toe. Good, hard to do this and talk at the same time. Keep driving up through that right heel. Notice what you feel. Notice the dialogue here as we fail, as we try again and again, and we keep coming back, keep showing up for ourselves. And release the hands. Start to bend into that left knee, slow motion. Right toes land to the back of our mat. Drop that right knee down onto the earth, and then take the hands up overhead. Exhale, sinking down, low lunge. Circle the palms down towards the earth. Lengthen the left leg, Ardha Hanuman, our half split. Now, if your hip is sinking past the knee, shimmy that left heel a little bit further forwards. So we're trying to lengthen out the leg. Press through the fingertips, heart reaching forwards. Exhale to fold. Rise with the breath. Ground down through your left foot. So you should have ankle in front of the knee now. So our ankle is a little bit further forwards in front of that left knee. Tuck your back toes in underneath you. Option, keep the hands down for support or bring the hands up towards the sky. Just the back knee lifts off. We're in that overextended lunge. We hold here for 3. Hugging left hip back, driving back out of that right heel. 2. Sink a little bit deeper with that last breath. And release, right knee down onto the earth. Release the palms down. And sink the hips back towards the heel and then slide that left heel all the way forwards. Coming through our full Hanumanasana, that full split. And so take the hands in line with the shoulders for a moment. If you're working on your split, you can always use a block or slide a cushion in underneath the hips for support. Big breath in as you press through the fingertips and then try to hug left hip back, right hip rolls forwards. And see if you can soften here, closing down the eyes. We've got 8 more breaths. Letting go, surrendering a little bit more with each new breath. Recognize where the resistance is. And then if that's feeling really good, for those second 5 breaths, maybe you start to fold straight down over that left leg. Good. If you're folding forwards, walking the palms back in towards the body. Press through the palms, weight into that right shin as we drag the left heel back. Good. Ground down into that left foot, rebend into the right knee. Tuck the back toes, right palm plants directly beneath the shoulder, peace fingers wrap around our left big toe. Lift off through the back leg, roll to the outer blade of the right leg, left leg spirals straight up towards the sky. Good. Pushing out of that right palm. So find Hasta Bandha, dig into the right fingertips. See if we can lift the hips a little bit higher. Without moving the foot, release. Left hand to the sky, hold for a breath. Bend into the left knee, left foot lands behind the hip. Take an inhale to reach the hips forwards and up. Exhale, left palm comes down towards the earth. Moving through your flow, all the way down onto your mat. Rolling through your back bend, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, send it back, this time coming through child's pose. Bend into the knees, allow the forehead to come to rest. Breathing in, rising up into our tabletop position. And we'll swing the feet out to the side, pivoting them all the way around, coming through Dandasana, legs extended straight out in front of the body. Beautiful. Flex the toes to point back towards you. With the breath in, reach the hands up overhead. Folding straight down over the legs. Just closing down the eyes here. We'll take 5 breaths. Fully aware of every breath moving in and out of the body. And really embracing not just the physical part of this posture, but the whole idea of folding in on ourselves, of turning our gaze back inside the body rather than without. And take a breath in, halfway lift. And then slowly coming all the way up through center. Reach the fingertips forward, C-curve through the spine as we start to lower down one vertebrae at a time. Releasing all the way down onto our mats. And just give yourself a moment here. Let go of any tension through the legs or the hips. Allow the shoulders to draw in underneath the body, broad across the collarbones. Just feel the power of your breath here, really deepening every inhale, every exhale. We'll start to walk the feet in towards us, bringing the heels nice and close. And then inhale to lift the hips straight up towards the sky. Walking shoulders in underneath you, interlace the fingers, and then drive through the soles of the feet as the hips lift. And really feel the full inflation on that inhale. Pull it right up into the chest, the heart space. And release. Release that grip from behind the body. And slowly rolling one vertebrae at a time down onto your mat. As the hips land, walk the feet a bit wider than hip width. Knees knocking towards one another, one palm to the belly, one hand to the heart. And gently press your low back into the earth. A slight tuck of the chin to the chest. And feel nice and long through the spine. And just feeling this body breathing beneath your hands with deep reverence for everything that it can do, for all the ways in which it can move and support you. Inviting in this miracle of mindfulness, that when we hone in on our awareness to these tiniest of sensations and small moments of magic that exist inside everything, it really just takes us opening our eyes to notice, no longer be distracted by the chaos and the sounds of our outside world. And we'll start to draw the knees in towards the body, wrapping palms around the shins, and giving yourself this nice big hug as you rock from side to side. And then taking the knees wide, grabbing hold of the inner or outer blades of the feet. And as the feet press towards the sky, take the knees down either side of the torso. Find length through the back of the neck once again, chin tucking in towards the chest. And then gently squeezing the knees down either side of the body. Once more, maybe finding that rock if that feels good. Perhaps extending one leg long as we bend the opposite knee. And then bending into that extended leg, extend the opposite leg long. Good. Take it back through center, bring both knees in towards the chest. Take the arms out nice and wide and softly land the feet back down onto your mat. Heel toe the feet back wider than hip width. Both knees fall across to the right. And letting your gaze roll across that left arm. Now you can stay here, just gently pressing that left inner thigh towards the earth, or hook your right foot to the top of the left knee. And just helping bring that left hip into internal rotation. Deep stretch through the left side body, and the front of the hip flexor. Good. Unhook the foot as you inhale, rise back through center. Keep the feet wide as both knees fall across to the left. And gently pressing that right inner thigh towards our mat, or maybe hooking left foot to the top of the right knee and guiding it down. Let your gaze roll across that right arm, and slow breaths. And maybe bringing a little bit more focus to that exhale now, as we really let the body unwind. And releasing that left foot, both knees coming back through center. And then taking any final movements that your body is calling out for before extending the legs long. And bringing the arms down alongside the body, the palms facing up, as we find our final Savasana. And we begin to soften through all of the muscles in the face, the neck, the jaw. Our final Savasana. And as we sink into this final rest, I'd like to take you through a scan of your body. And every place that your awareness goes, you're just noticing everything that's present within that space. And so we take our gaze all around our body, just discovering ourselves, who we are. The more that we know ourselves, the more that we can trust this inner guidance to take us through life, to tell us what we desire, what we love, what we dislike, to really trust to walk our own path. And so taking all of your awareness to the very crown of your head, to your skull, your scalp, and let it melt down either side of the head towards the ears. Noticing the sounds that you can hear. Feeling inside the ear canals. And then into the eyes. And all the skin around the eyes softening. The space between the brows. And down the bridge of the nose. To the tip of the nose. To the nostrils. Feeling each breath drawing in and out. Into the lips. The teeth. The tongue hanging heavy, and then really melting that awareness down the insides of the cheeks, the insides of the mouth, to the outsides of the cheeks, and down to the jaw, and down the throat and the neck, across the collarbones, and then slowly moving down each arm to the elbows, down the forearms, and down to the wrists, the palms, and to the tips of every finger. And really notice how everywhere this awareness goes, it carries softness. The body melting beneath your gaze as you bring it back into the chest, traveling to the heart space, to the chest cavity, and then down the sides of the rib cage, down into the belly, into the hips, and down each thigh, watching as they soften, and each knee, all the skin surrounding them letting go, and all the way down the shins to the ankles, the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and to the tips of every toe. And as the body completely melts, you feel the front body dissolving into the back body, the back body dissolving down into the earth. Go completely for a few moments. Allow yourself to drift, to be released from this physical body. And simply float amongst your thoughts, your emotions, watching from this space above everything that you feel with no attachment. You are not defined by your emotions or your thoughts. If you're able to sit there and watch them, you are the watcher and simultaneously the one experiencing. yourself float in that liminal space for a few moments. Try not to rush that emergence out of our practice. And feel free to pause this video and take as much time as you need here. Just lingering in that resting space, really absorbing all of the wisdom, all of the magic of your practice. And then when you're ready, we start to invite gentle movement back into the fingers and the toes. Rocking out through the head from side to side. And then drawing knees in towards the chest and rolling over onto your preferred side. We'll gently press through the palms and rise up into a comfortable seated position once again. And taking the palms back in towards the heart space. And a slight bow of the head in towards the heart. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out, let it go. And Ram Dass had said that it's not about asking, what should I do with my life? But the more important question being, how do I cultivate the quietness so that what I should do with my life becomes apparent? So taking those couple moments to pause at the end of your practice and to just listen to yourself, to the wisdom, the messages that come through. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste.